Saw wife's ex-AP at a marriage function, trust issues arise. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. I have a very cliché cheating story. Have you seen Sex/Life on Netflix? Yep, that's my life story, with some tweaks here and there. I was the guy who was married to his job and in the process neglected my wife, who had decided to become a stay-at-home mother for our daughters, 12 and 8, in spite of being a postgraduate in economics. You would think that I had hit the jackpot by being married to this gorgeous woman who was also highly educated. But as you can tell from my story, I didn't value her or even our home life and kept my focus on my professional life. Well, enter her ex when our youngest was 2 and my wife was suffering from undiagnosed PPD. They started talking on what has become a frequently cited cause for divorces worldwide, Facebook. It was 4 months of emotional affair followed by an in-person meeting twice. I was starting to notice the change in her behavior, but I chalked it to being a song to 2 very young and energetic kids. It kept bothering me and ultimately I asked her if we are okay. I don't know if it was her guilt or my pathetic face at the time of asking, probably a combination of the two, but she made a full confession. I remember we talked a lot during the night and it was almost morning before we decided that we will not divorce and work on the marriage. Well, we did everything: individual counseling, couples counseling, improved our communication, found some hobbies together and started dating each other. It was difficult in the start, but I can honestly say that right now we are at our strongest in terms of being an in-love couple. So why this post, you might wonder? Well, I saw the guy she cheated on me with in a marriage function me and my wife were both attending. Dude actually came to say hi to us, but my wife ignored him and I could just look at him in disgust. My wife understood it must be difficult for me and she proposed leaving early. So we left early, but that meeting took place last month and I can't get it out of my mind. It was actually the first time I saw him after the incident, so that may be one reason. But I really want to get him out of mind and get back to how I was prior to seeing him. This post is part rant, but this sub has contributors from all over the world, so it's also part asking for advice on how to move forward here. Someone somewhere must have gone through what I did and can provide some guidance. Thank you. Here are some of the best comments from our community. I think half your post is bullshit. You have made too many excuses for your wayward wife. And you are blaming yourself for her actions. You were busting your ass for her and your kids and she decided to betray you. Now you're in a twist after seeing this guy? He didn't make any vows to you, she did. Look, that was a huge trigger. The fact that that boss had the gall to come over to try and talk with you shows you what a huge a-hole he is. I'm sad for you that you are still even in the vicinity of this schmuck. F him. Triggers will continue but usually diminish over time. It's normal. This one, however, was anything but normal. Your wife's former F-buddy stood right in front of you at a public function and tried to act like nothing happened. I hope you told him to F himself. My heart skipped a beat just reading that, and it's no wonder that the aftershocks of that trauma continue to roll through your soul. Here is the second story. Wife went out of town and cheated on me. I'm lost. I'm heartbroken beyond what these words will convey. I'm infinitely sad. I'm confused. I haven't slept more than 30 minutes in the past 6 days. I'm not eating or taking care of myself. A little background. I'm in my early 40s. My wife is mid-30s. Married almost 7 years and together 10. I thought, obviously incorrectly, that we were happy and working together on some basic life goals we all have: debt payoff, retirement, traveling, etc. We've been in the process of remodeling our home. We have plans, is my point, that we were actively talking about. Then came last week. I'll spare the details, but I happened to pick up my wife's phone after I saw it was vibrating on the counter. She had it face down. I read a text message from the guy that she cheated with a couple weeks earlier while out of town. I then proceeded to read more text messages from my wife to her friend where she bragged about how good it was and how she could barely walk the next day. My heart sank. I decided to immediately confront her and ask if she was cheating. She confessed, and I asked why she did it. She said she's unhappy. I asked about what. She told me that her friends told her she's different around them than she is when she's with me. She told me that she feels like she can't be herself around me. And then she said she wasn't satisfied in the bedroom. She admitted that she was drunk when this happened but was emphatic that it was 100% consensual. She said the guy was easy to talk to, was physically attractive, was charming and positive. We talked for a couple hours that night about what you would expect. She told me she didn't know if she wanted to save our marriage. She said that she may have damaged it too much and that it would be easier to not fix it. I was initially going to grab a bag and leave that night to get away. After a bit I thought better of that and told her no. I wasn't leaving. She doesn't get to do this and then I leave. So she left and went to a friend's house. She came back early the next morning and packed up a few things and grabbed the dogs. We sat again and talked for a few hours. I need to understand how she could betray me like this. I need to know why she didn't give me the courtesy of talking to me about this before it got to this. She just kept apologizing and saying she was sorry. Never once did she drop to her knees and beg to fix this or for forgiveness, nothing. Eventually we'd had enough and she left. She has now gone to her parents too, I thought, figure this out and try to get her head on straight. I know that I am a basket case and barely function. I assumed she was as well. She has since told me that she hasn't talked to anyone yet about this, not even her parents, because she's not ready. Fine. Fair enough. But, I made the mistake of looking at our shared cell phone plan to see if in fact she really had stopped talking to this guy. Once again I was devastated. Since the first time they had sex there have been hundreds of text messages, including picture messages, every single day, all day. She tells me she's not ready to talk to anyone yet she's sending this guy hundreds of texts all day long from early morning until late night. I confronted her about this as well. I guess she finally put two and two together and figured out that I must have looked at our cell phone bill. Her response was I won't be spied on and if I want to talk to him right now I'm going to. And she went and got her own cell phone. I asked what was so special about this guy and the response was he's positive and easy to talk to. I'll also mention that he's married and has 2 small children. We have decided to stop all communication until Saturday or Sunday at which time we will talk. I requested that rather than talk on the phone we actually get together face to face and talk. In retrospect I'm not 100% sure that's the best idea. I'm not an idiot. I see it staring me right in the face. My wife that I knew a month ago is gone. She doesn't care about me. About us. About our life. Nothing. What I don't know is what to do now. I'm devastated beyond words. The most I've been able to muster is to contact a counselor and talk with them. My first appointment was this morning. Above and beyond that, however, I just simply don't know what to do. I have so many questions. I need to know the answers to why. I didn't deserve this. I love my wife. I want her back. I'm just so lost and I don't know how I can carry on with this heartbreak and betrayal, especially when she shows little to no remorse for it and continues to talk to this guy. I don't expect any answers. I know I won't ever get any too many of my questions. Thank you for letting me vent. Here are some of the best comments from our community. Take it from a woman, your wife has mentally checked out a while ago. She doesn't want to be with you nor does she respect you at this point. Don't be desperate enough to beg for her back. This isn't a one-time thing that you can get past. So many possibilities, but the least probability of them all is that she and that dude end up together in a committed long-term thing. Given that she has absolutely no remorse and she's still talking to the guy, the best you can hope for is that she comes out of the fog when he dumps her. At that point she'll decide that you're an acceptable plan B, until the next attractive, positive, easy to talk to guy shows up. Don't be her plan B. This isn't a one-time thing that you can get past. Her actions and her words are telling you that she wants out of the marriage. Time to go scorched earth. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.